This is the next question, ladies and gentlemen. This question is asking you write the equation for the transformed graph. So remember that what is the general form of your absolute value function? G of x is equal to a times in absolute value x minus h plus k. What does h? H stand for horizontal shift, left or right. K stand for vertical shift, up or down. And when we compare the transformed function, you need to compare it with origin function. And remember that origin function, the vertex of the origin function is origin, right? 0, 0. So what happened to this vertex? This vertex is going to become here. So what is the transformation? How did this point move up? There's no changes in horizontally, that's why 0, but vertically 4 units up, right? So I can say that h is going to be 0 because there's no horizontal shift, but vertical shift is going to become 4. Let me rewrite the expression. G of x is equal to a times in absolute value x minus 0 plus 4. If you simplify this, you will get g of x is a times in absolute value x plus 4. Now, how am I going to find value of a? To be able to find the value of a, you can choose any point located on the graph. I would like to choose this point. This point is 2, negative 2. If you substitute 2, negative 2, what is the x value? 2. What is the y value? Negative 2. Let's substitute. By the way, this is the y. Negative 2 is equal to a times in absolute value 2 plus 4. What is the absolute value of 2? Is 2a plus 4. If you subtract 4 from both sides, you will get negative 6 is equal to 2a. Please divide both sides by 2. You will get a is equal to negative 3. Now, what is the equation of transformed function? The equation of the transformed function is g of x is equal to negative 3 times in absolute value x plus 4. This is your answer. Next question. In this question, write an equation for a function that has a graph with the given characteristics. The shape of y is equal to in absolute value x, but shifted left 5 units and up 7 units. Now, first, I would like to determine what is your horizontal shift. Your horizontal shift is 5 units left because you are shifting to the 5 units left. You will say that h is negative 5. And what is the vertical shift? 7 units up, because you are going up, it's going to positive 7. So this is h, this is k. And what is the general formula of absolute value function? Y is equal to a times in absolute value x minus h plus k. So I know what h is, I know what k is. Substitute y, or you can say that g of x is equal to a times x minus, what was the h? Negative 5 plus, what is the k? Plus 7. If you simplify, you will get g of x is equal to a times x plus 5 plus 7. So you can ask this question to me. How am I going to find value of a? If there is no information about vertical stretch or vertical compression, you are going to use the value of a is 1. So your answer is your final answer is g of x is equal to, in absolute value, x plus 5 plus 7. And this is your answer. Now, this question is about piecewise defined function. F is shown to the right. Here is to the left. Use function notation to describe the function and determine the x and y intercept. So, ladies and gentlemen, to be able to write this expression as a piecewise defined function, in the piecewise defined function, the most important thing is determine your domain. As you see here, there are two linear lines. One of the line is located on the left side of positive 1. The other linear line is located on the right side of positive 1. So, which means that there are two intervals. One of them is x is less than positive 1. The next is x is greater than or equal to positive 1. You can ask this question, why didn't we put the equal sign in the first one, x is less than or equal to positive 1? If you want, you can put it there. It doesn't matter. Why? Because when x is equal to 1, your value is defined, which means that is included. All right, first I'm going to find the linear equation located on the left side of positive 1. So, which means that this is the line I'm going to find. Can you please tell me what is the general form of the linear function, linear equation? Y is equal to mx plus b. And what does b stand for? Y-intercept. And what does slope mean? What does m, which is slope? Now, let's find the m and b. I already know 2 points here. One of the point is here, which is -3 and +2. The other point is 1 and 4. How am I going to find the slope, ladies and gentlemen? Remember that to be able to find the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's say that this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. If I substitute this, you are going to find the linear equation. Let's find out. Slope is 4 minus 2 over 1 minus -3. From here, you can get that 2 over 4. If you simplify by 2, you will get 1/2. So this is your slope of the function. So your function is going to be 1/2 x plus b, which means that y-intercept. How am I going to find the b? Your function is 1 over 2x plus b. But how am I going to find the b? Which is equal to y. To be able to find the y-intercept, as I mentioned to you before, you can choose one of the coordinate located on the graph and substitute on the function. Substitute into the function. X value is -3, y value is 2. 2 is equal to 1/2 times -3 plus b. From here, if you multiply this, you will get 2 is equal to -3 over 2 plus b. If you subtract if you add -3 over 2 from both sides, if you 3 over 2, you will get that b is equal to 2 plus 3/2, which is equal to b is equal to 3.5. Or you can say that 7 over 2. 1/2 x plus 7 over 2. This is your first equation located in the interval x is less than +1. Now what about another equation belongs to the line which is located x is greater than or equal to +1. I already know the 2 points. One of them is 1 and 4. The other one is 4 and -2. So this, I already mentioned that this is x2, y2. Let's say that this is x1, y1. Let's find the slope. 4 minus -2 over 4 minus -2 over 1 minus 4. From here, if you distribute, you will get the positive 6 over -3, which is equal to -2. This is your slope. So I know that this function will be -2x plus y-intercept. Okay, what is the y-intercept? How am I going to find it? So my function will be y is equal to -2x plus b. I can substitute one of the points. I would like to substitute this point 4 and -2. Substitute 4 and -2. I would like to substitute. Y value is -2 is equal to -2 times 4 plus b. From here, -2 is equal to, if you distribute, you will get -8 plus b. You can add 8 to the both sides, and then you can get b is equal to positive 6. Alright, now you can write your second equation, and this is your answer. So this is how we are writing the graph as a piecewise defined function. This is another type of the question. To be able to write this graph as a piecewise defined function, remember that the first you need to determine what? You need to determine your intervals. And if you determine the intervals, be careful, ladies and gentlemen, you need to check x coordinate. So x coordinate is 0. One of them is x is less than or equal to 0. The another one, x is greater than 0. So we already decide our intervals. On the right side of the x is equal to 0, on the right side of the x is equal to 0, there's a one line. When x is less than or equal to 0, there's another line over here. When you look at these two graphs, you can easily see that their y-intercept is -2. So that's why I will find only slope. Let me try to find slope of the function which is located x is less than or equal to 0. So these are 2 points which are given to you. Let me find slope. Slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. From here, if we substitute the values, let's say that this is x1, y1, this is x2, y2, -2 minus 1 over 0 minus -3. From here, you will get -3 over positive 3, which is equal to -1. So your equation will be -x plus -2, which is -x minus 2. Because remember, what is the general form of the linear equation? Y is equal to mx plus b. And b stands for y-intercept, m stands for slope. Let me find the slope of the equation which is located x is greater than 0. The points are given. Let's say that this is x1, y1. Slope is -2 minus 6 over 0 minus 4, which is equal to -8 over -4, which is equal to positive 2. So this is going to be 2x minus 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in this question, this is another type of the question. It says that find the value of these functions. For example, f of a, f of -4. Your input is -4. First of all, this x value is located in the first interval or second interval. We know that -4 is less than -1, so it's going to be in the first. I'm going to use the first equation. So to be able to find this value, you are going to use this equation. 2 times x value is negative 4. Then you will find negative 8 is your answer. Now look at the B. It says that f is negative 1. First of all, negative 1 is located in the first interval or the second interval. This is one of the nice questions. Negative 1 is defined in the first interval. That's why I am going to use 2x, the equation 2x again. So 2 times x is negative 1. So the answer is negative 2. C. F of 0. 0 is located in which interval? The first interval or second interval? Remember that 0 is greater than negative 1. So that's why I am going to use this equation. X minus 1. X is 0 minus 1. Then the answer is negative 1. The last one is D. F of 2. 2 is located in the first one or second one. 2 is greater than negative 1. That's why I am going to use x minus 1 equation. X is equal to 2. So 2 minus 1 is equal to positive 1.